each time you balance and align your car, you're gonna start hearing, or it's gonna have that uncomfortable sound, or the drive is not gonna be as smooth because the tires are just poor quality. So not until you change those tires, you're gonna have the back that smooth ride that you're accustomed to. So in a sense, they're recommending 4 brand new tires. So basically, you have to change your differential fluid flush at 10,000 miles, get 4 new tires at 10,000 miles in order to get your car feeling new after you purchase it. Alright, so guys, so after picking up the vehicle from Honda, after that sound that I told you about that I was hearing under the vehicle after getting the differential flush and the wheel alignment and balancing done, they said it was basically because of the tire rotation. So they put the tires back in the original position because of what I had asked them to do, because I told them I'm not going to be able to tolerate the sound. They're saying that 3 of the tires that are on the vehicle currently are cupping. These are 3 tires that are originally placed on the vehicle when I got the car purchased. So these tires are originally from the time I purchased the car. 1 tire was purchased because I picked up a nail about a month after purchasing the vehicle. So that tire is perfectly fine. So the tires that are originally placed on the vehicle, what the dealer is saying is that it cannot take you up to 40,000 miles. And so, I'm gonna need to get basically 4 new tires to get my car back to, sounding very quiet at the next, tire, wheel and alignment, balancing, that thing. So, basically, in a nutshell, all of the things that Honda put on the vehicle at 10,000 miles, they're all poor quality. You're gonna need to change your differential flush at 10,000 miles because it's a temporary flush. They're saying that they don't recommend me doing maintenance at 10,000 miles. They're recommending 3,000, 5,000 miles because of the fact that the wear and tear on the vehicle, the cupping and all of those things. But nobody had said anything about me coming in early to get that done. They only told us about, maintenance due at 10,000 miles. Hence why I went in at 10,000 miles. When I had my other vehicles, nobody made mention of earlier maintenance due or servicing due. They only told you about what, the 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles, and we go in and do it. I wasn't able to read anybody's, mind at the dealership to say, hey, come in at 3,000 or this is what we want, so come in at that time period. So I wasn't able to do that, and so I didn't go in at 3,000 miles, 5,000. So hearing it at this time when the car is giving a problem after maintenance at 10,000 miles is shocking for me, because I went in at 10,000 miles because that's what the vehicle is saying. So in a sense, the dealer is disassociating themselves from the brand Honda, because the brand Honda is saying, come in, this is what we recommend. Come in and get your servicing done at 10,000 miles. If they put it in the vehicle, 10,000 miles, you get the notification 10,000 miles, servicing is due or maintenance is due. But when you go in, they're saying that this is what they recommend. And not only that, with the tires as well, they're saying that the tires don't last for 30,000 or 40,000 miles. It only go up to 10,000 miles. So Honda basically put on tires on your vehicle that will only last you up to about 10,000 miles. So you won't get that smooth, drive after the first tire, wheel and alignment and balancing, because it is of poor quality. So each time you balance and align your car, you're going to start hearing, or it's going to have that uncomfortable sound, or the drive is not going to be as smooth because the tires are just poor quality. So not until you change those tires, you're going to have the, back that smooth ride that you're accustomed to. So in a sense, they're recommending 4 brand new tires. So basically, you have to change your differential fluid flush at 10,000 miles, get 4 new tires at 10,000 miles in order to get your car feeling new after you purchase it. So in a sense, I'm not really impressed with the Honda. I did love the car, but all the additional things that I'm hearing, it doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day, As it sounds as though it's a way for the dealers to actually make money after you purchase your vehicle, because this is what it is. Because I now need 4 new tires in order to get a smooth ride, or I'd have to put my tires back into the position that they had them and live with the sound of that propelling sound that I was hearing until the sound goes away, or I just have to keep on hearing the sound at each tire rotation. That's what she's saying. So I just kept it at this, at the original. They align and balance the car, but I put back the tires at the original position because I can't deal with the sound. I cannot deal with the sound. So they put back the tires at the original position, but the car is aligned and balanced. I will continue driving it and then just go ahead and get 4 new tires, put onto the car. And then from there, another time when I was purchasing one of the tires, someone was saying that the tires on the vehicle is not good quality and I'm going to need 4 new tires, but I never really understand what they were talking about. And I just dismissed it because I'm like, it's a new vehicle. But I never really understand what they were talking about. I think it was just probably they wanted the sale. But no, me understand what they were saying. And I understood why I picked up a nail, because the tires are not good quality. Because this is the first time I'm actually hearing where me just buy a vehicle and or this is the first time I'm actually seeing where I just purchased a vehicle and within 1 month tire is actually puncture. I pick up a nail on my vehicle. Like, it's weird. And overall experience with the dealer wasn't good. I'm gonna do my my Google review because I still haven't gotten my call as yet from them. Usually they will be sending me messages, they'll be calling me because they want to hear my experience. I haven't gotten any call or any messages as yet from them. I'm gonna do my Google review. I did the one before and I did give them a really good 5-star, both on Honda as well as at the dealer, because my overall experience with sales was good. But no, I'm actually going to give them my second review with the servicing, because my servicing experience was very, very bad. And in terms of with the loaner vehicle as well, that was really, really bad, because the gentleman gave me a vehicle that had dog hair or cat hair in the back of the vehicle. The car was so dirty with like mud. And his response when I asked him, is this the car you were gonna give me or the car you're giving me? He was telling me that yes, I can go over there and wash it off myself. I understood that it was last minute, but I think he could actually take a 5 minutes and go over and wash off the vehicle, because when I go to my other locations to get my car serviced, and not only service, when I go to pick up a loaner vehicle, they always spend the time to make sure that the car was clean. And even if the car was dirty, they try to make sure that I was comfortable with the car, even if it's a last minute pickup. And so I was just not liking his response at the time, and I just didn't want to say anything. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do an overall review as to what had happened, and for them to just try to improve on themselves, because that's what reviews are for. And then from there, but overall, I do love the vehicle. As I say, it's very quiet. I did 3 months of driving it, had no issues with it. But in terms of all of what I'm hearing now, it seems as though Honda puts in a lot of temporary or cheap or low quality items in the vehicle. And when you go in for servicing, it is at that time you're hearing that there is so many things that they recommend for you to change because it is of poor quality. I'm gonna like that, because I've been driving different vehicles for years and I've never spent any money in the first couple of months or years of after driving the vehicle, or even after servicing the vehicle, because I hear that there are temporary things in the vehicle. I've done miles and miles and miles. Me never hear say I've been cupping tires in the first 10,000 miles of a vehicle. So, and I've never heard of me changing differential flush in a vehicle. So these are just things that was just concerning for me. And so would I recommend another Honda? Honestly, no, I would not. I think I would go back to my original vehicles, and that's just it, or probably try something else. But you know, go ahead and just share your side down below and your experience so far. But if I do encounter anything else, I will. And for other persons that are out there, if you're an international nurse, I know a lot of times, especially in Jamaica, we do always want to go with things that we are familiar with, and I know Honda was one of them in Jamaica. Toyota, probably go with Toyota because Toyota is something that is we all know about as well. But for me now, experiencing this with the Honda Hybrid CRV, and it's a sport version, I wouldn't recommend it. As I say, I wouldn't recommend it just because of my experiencing what I'm experiencing now with the servicing. I wouldn't recommend it. So I would say try out anything else, but don't try out Honda. Don't try out Honda unless you have one before and you were okay with it. I don't know if the other versions that are not hybrid, if it's different, but try other vehicles that you're comfortable with, or if you want, you know, it's up to you. Puss and dog have different looks, so but I do the review for, especially for my international nurses or persons that are coming over here and that are interested in getting a vehicle. So, you know, until then, I do hope you will have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. And remember to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube page here. Check out the other content on the page here and make the ThinkNursing page a part of your family. Until then, bye.